Okay. Okay, this is my second video about narcissistic triangulation. Um Narcissistic triangulation, when it's involving a parent, the parent takes control of the communication. The parent wreaks havoc on the relationship in the triangulation. They are the persecutor. Um, and they talk to one sibling about another sibling. Um, you know, to get the other sibling upset. Um, in blended families, mothers or fathers speak to their children about the other parent. It can be done with the mother talking to the child about the dad, or the dad talking to the child about the mother. It's wrong. It's unproductive, and it's disrespectful, and it dishonors the relationship, and it puts everyone in a bad space, especially the children, because they want to have a relationship with their parents, so they'll go ahead and engage, but they'll resent you for the fact that they're engaging. But they'll also feel bad about engaging with the other parent, to talking about the other parent. Um, the narcissistic parent, um, they, take full control of the communication level. Nobody wants to talk to anybody. Everybody's upset with everybody, and it's it's a power that they have of manipulating the communication. And some parents may say, "Well, we want y'all to get along. Stop fighting," but then you're insinuating. Um, you're insinuating things that another sibling may have said that maybe they didn't say. Um, the narcissistic parent tears down the family structure, to the point where um, nobody's nobody's talking. Nobody wants to talk. Everybody mad at each other, but then at the same time, they don't know why they're really mad, but they mad. Um, um, the the narcissistic parent also has a child, or in a if it's 2 or 3 kids. Um, wow, I just thought of something. If it's 2 or 3 kids, the narcissistic parent will pick one as the golden child, and the golden child, the sun rises and set in the golden child. Um, and they can do no wrong. Um, which is not fair to other children. A lot of parents say they don't have favorites, but I think this is what they mean when they say you have a favorite. It's amazing how this has affected me, because I specifically made sure. When I say I made sure, I went out of my way to make sure that I had one child. Even down to having some abortions, I made sure that I had one child, um, because I never wanted to be guilty of showing more than one of my children love. Showing more love to one of my kids than I did the other. Um, and I had some other reasons why I did the abortion. I'll probably talk about that one day. But this has affected me deeply, and every day I find something out new. Emotional abuse comes in a lot of different forms, and some are much heavier than others. And um, y'all just bear with me, because it's a touchy subject for me. It's pretty touchy. Um, So the other children, I was looking at this other video by this man that does narcissism survivor, and he was talking about the one child is one child that's the golden child, and the other children are scapegoats. They're the ones that cause the most trouble, so according to the parent. They talk bad about them, and they try to do it in a nice way, but they may say that they worried about the other person, then start talking bad about them. They may even make up lies about them. Or if something happened, they will blow it up and make it bigger than what it is. There was a situation where when I was in high school that I struck my mother, and she was coming after me with a cordless phone, but she wouldn't, I hit her, out of protection for my own self, and she hit me with the phone, but she told everybody else that I was just beating her up, and look what I did to her, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you don't be hitting on nobody. And the fact that we grew up in a domestic violence household, you're not going to put your hands on me. I don't care who you are. And it was disrespectful, and it hurt me that I did that, but she came after me because I wouldn't get my boyfriend to come and strip the floors at our house. And I thought, you went and smeared me. So I had a family member to say to me, I thought you was a good child. And I looked at them and I was like, what the hell you mean? Like, what you talking about? And whatever was said, I don't know the depth of it, but it wasn't good for that person to have made that comment. It was rather deep, but it was, I'm sure, extorted. I'm sure stretched the truth. I'm sure it was stretched. I'm sure it was lied about, you know what I'm saying? So to the point where, it's like, what are you saying? But anyway, in triangulation, siblings won't be speaking at all. You don't want to, I know for me, me and my sister didn't speak for a long time. I didn't want to be around her. She didn't want to be around me. You hesitate to go to family. Even some people hesitate to go to family functions. I have been one of those. Like, you just hesitate to go because you don't want, you love your family, but the drama is not, you be like, is this really worth it? And so, you hate to go around maybe the other sibling because they may speak negatively about you to their friends, and they say they don't, but they do. Let me just say this. Me and my sister did some digging. Like I said, dig up your shit and dig deeper. Digging up your shit is about dealing with the uncomfortable stuff. And one day we just sat down and talked and discovered that we never had an issue with each other. All of the issues that we had were fabricated. You heard me. All of the issues that we thought we had were fabricated. They weren't real. And we just discovered that we didn't have an issue with each other at all. And we couldn't understand because we both pretty good judges of character. We, pretty much say what's on our mind to each other. And I was just trying to figure out, if I'm in Atlanta and you're down in Athens or Oconee or wherever you are, how are we don't even hang in the same groups of friends circles. I'm older than her. She's younger than me. We don't even stay in the same areas. We don't even be around the same people. So I was just like, it just didn't, add up. So I just want to tell you briefly. If you notice, I'm not going deep because I'm gonna go deep in the book. So I want you to check out the book. And I'm gonna release it. I'm gonna release the cover soon. Um, about it because I'm gonna go into great depth and detail in the book about the stories and the things that the emotional abuse experiences that I have had. Um, so in this relationship, the narcissistic mother gives more to the golden child. She treats them better. Like I said, the sun rises and sets in them. They can do no wrong. And the rest of us little peons, we just sit around and take the sloppy seconds. And I just never wanted that for me. I just never wanted it to be said that one of my children felt like I loved one more than the other. And I just never did want to have more than one because I felt like the less I have, the less problems. I was so afraid of this and I didn't even know what it was. I just knew it didn't feel right. And when I found out, that it was a situation, that was my back, y'all, sorry. But when I found out it was a situation, I just was like, oh my God, when I knew what the name of it was and it was broken down to me, I just thought, this is crazy. This is everything that I've been dealing with. This is really deep. I'm gonna talk about narcissism, but narcissism is the topic, but triangulation is the common tool that they use to common tactic that they use to abuse. So I'm just talking to you about the narcissistic triangulation. Triangulation is, it will destroy a family unit from the bottom, from the core, to the point where you have to cut them off because it's not productive to be around them. Narcissists are people that think about themselves. They are attention hoarders and freaks and requited, and they work hard at loving themselves too much. Very self-centered. Everything that they accuse you of, they are very self-centered, and to the point of manipulating and controlling others. For instance, with the golden child gets all the nice gifts. The scapegoat children get the little peon gifts, or let's just say that the gifts they give, you can tell that they didn't require any thought. They just gave them something to say they gave them something. The number one thing that I would say to combat the narcissistic triangulation is to have no parts with it. No contact. You have to cut it off because it's a personality disorder. And I'm not saying, because I'm not sure if you can get healed from it. I'm not saying I believe that anybody can change, but if it's taking years to get in, it's going to take years to get out. And I'm saying if you're on a healthier note, you cannot partake. Like, I can't deal with people that steal from me. It's certain stuff I'm not going to deal with you on. If you stealing from me, I'm not dealing with you. If you're doing triangulation, I can't deal with that because I don't operate in that. And to me, it's just another form of gossiping. Triangulation, they call it triangulation because it always involves a third party. So it could be individuals, It can be groups of people. It can be group A over here, group B, and a group C. It could be that even within a family. But I think narcissistic triangulation is the number one reason why I've had a lot of trust issues with females. I don't have really good relationships with females because I don't trust them, because I haven't trusted my mother in years. And that's not, I don't say that proudly, like I said, emotional abuse, it hurts, but I'm a victor, not a victim. Um, and so my relationships, as a result of the emotional abuse, I don't trust women. And my relationships have suffered a great deal. I don't trust anybody for that matter, but definitely not women. I'm working on trusting women now. Me and my sister are trying to rebuild our relationship. I have, a couple girlfriends, whereas I used to didn't have any, because I just was always like, I'm going to be solo, if that's what it means. And we need friends. Friends are, God's gifts to us. And I believe in the gift of friendship. I just wanted to always have somebody that I could trust. And I have a couple people that I'm opening up to. So I'm making my steps to, dealing with it. And I mean, I'm dealing with it. I'm making great headway. My self-esteem has suffered many years, because when you don't trust the woman in your life, the first woman, it's hard to trust another. And that's the honest to God truth. And I don't fault my mother. I think that, I think, let me say this. We all do the best we can with what we can, but you have to show growth. And if you're in a relationship with a narcissist and they're not showing growth, I don't care if it's your mama, your boyfriend, or whoever. If you don't get out, you're gonna be miserable. And you gotta get out of it. I have a friend of mine that's he's married, and his wife has has 2 sons, and he has a daughter. And the mother was talking to the sons, and they're like 18, 19, about their stepdad. So he had to come in one day and rectify the situation and let the sons know and her know, okay, I'm the man of the house, I'm paying bills, y'all not gonna disrespect me. And that's what I was saying, is disloyal, is disrespectful, and it's very dishonoring, and it hurts the relationship. So I just want to say that the best way to combat narcissistic triangulation is to get out. It is no other way. You have to get out. If you don't, you will be miserable for the rest of your life. You will be provoked to do things that you wouldn't normally do, like fighting maybe a parent or something, because they do cruel things. Narcissists are cruel people, but I get deep in the book about what has happened to me, and I'm not going to go into depth now, but I just wanted to inform you about what this is. It's very, very serious, and it's quite common. A lot of people don't even know, it just slides right by you. But if you ever wanted to know why you don't want to go around family members, because you already know they talking about you, who want to be around a group of people that talking about you? I don't care for your presence. I don't care for your company. Who cares what you saying about me? Not that I'm afraid. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And especially if they lies. And even if they not lies, who cares? Like, you know, sweep off your own front porch before you try to sweep off somebody else's. You know? So, anyway, this wraps up the second video about narcissistic triangulation, and I hope again that it helps somebody. And please subscribe to my channel, Landis TV. Check me out on Facebook at Landis TV, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.